Good evening, viewers. Myself Shati Sengupta. Thanks for inviting me to the first literary meet of 2021 organized by GGLCA. Today, I have chosen to speak about the wonderful relationship between two stalwarts of world literature and world cinema. I have chosen this topic carefully as we would be soon be celebrating Rabindra Jayanti and centenary year of celebration of Satyajit Ray on 2nd of May. No, I'm not going to read any long poetry or story. I'm going to pick few observations, incidents, anecdote where I can firmly establish a relationship between them. A relationship where the master has affectionate eye on the young Satyajit Ray and brief meetings left a lifelong impression on the promising boy. On the other hand, the decorated filmmaker had a venerated view of Gurudev and decoded his thoughts and literary magic to a transformed pictorial representation with fine sense of artistry and human touch. Not only filmmaking, but it also kept an impression on his persona as well. So let's see what I have today. Kaviguru Rabindranath Tagore was the ultimate destination, probably any form of literature, and still remains so. Satyajit Ray came from an elegant family of Upendra Kishore Roy Chaudhary. Both the families had cordial relation and mutual respect for their literary work and Brahmo views and religion. Kaviguru, being himself the North Star of the literary world, was fascinated by Sukumar Roy, who was brilliant, young, promising, and finding sense in the nonsense wonder of writing. However, when Satyajit, who was lovingly named Manik, only 2 years old, lost his father Sukumar Roy to an infectious fever called Kalajar, as no medicine was invented at the time of this disease. Sukumar Roy was only 36 when he left this eternal world for his final journey. Before he breathed his last, requested Gurudev to sing 2 songs for him next to his deathbed. আছে দুঃখ আছে মৃত্যু বিরহ দহন লাগে The other song দুঃখে নয় সুখে নহে go. The last song he had to sing twice at his request. He narrated all this during his prayers on the 12th September at Shantiniketan, which was published in Shantiniketan Bhadro issue. As Rabi Thakur said, and I read, when a man is going to die, the whole energy of his life is spent in struggle with the disease, and that becomes the main factor in his life. But man is not like other animals. He is born to arrange his living in a world beyond this one. When I sat by my most dearest and affectionate young friend Sukumar Roy during his illness, I was remembering these things. I have seen many deaths, but at the time of this untimely death of such a tender young boy, I have not seen anyone to offer one's life at this age to the Almighty God in such a peaceful way. He sung for the eternal being at his deathbed. My heart is full of reverence for him. Young Manik and his mother Suprabha Roy's life changed forever after Sukumar Roy's death. Later, Satyajit Ray had couple of blur memory of his genius father, and that's all he had with him as a paternal memory. However, there were ample literary work and mostly informed by relatives. Tagore was deeply moved on this and considered one of his personal loss. When young Manik was only 6 years old, Suprabha Devi made an arrangement to meet Gurudev at Shantiniketan. Young Manik gave a diary to Gurudev to take an autograph, but Gurudev took the diary away. Young boy was startled by this and thought to himself many things. But to his surprise, next day, Tagore came to him with a poem written on the same diary. বহুদিন ধরে বহু ক্রোশ ধরে বহু ব্যয় করি বহু দেশ ঘুরে দেখিতে গিয়াছি পর্বতমালা দেখিতে গিয়াছি সিন্ধু দেখা হয় নাই দু চোখ মেলিয়া ঘর হতে শুধু দুই পা ফেলিয়া একটি ধানের শীষের উপর একটি শিশির বিন্দু। As I translate, for many a year I have travelled many a mile for lands far away. I have gone to see the mountains, the oceans I have been to view, but I failed to see that lay, not 2 steps from my home, on a sheaf of paddy grain, a glistening drop of dew. Later, this poem made to appear in Sanchoita in section Spulingo with some other poem as addition in the volume published in Bengali year 1348. Of course, young Manik was elated, but followed or guided by the inner meaning later also. Later years, being a world famous eminent film director, author, artist, etc., his literary backdrop remained around India. When Gurudev left this worldly abode to supreme journey on 1941, Satyajit Ray was just 20. How it has been perceived, we can understand that from the documentary which was made on Tagore by Satyajit Ray himself many years later. It was also a very interesting story, but I'll keep it for some other day or some other time when Pandit Nehru came to his rescue. And that's an interesting story. I will definitely, talk about it when on any other occasion probably. So coming back to this, on 1940, young Satyajit went to Shantiniketan on his mother's request, who insisted, and his own respect to Gurudev made him to agree to reach the university. There he came to know Abanindranath Thakur, Tagore's elder brother and great painter and poet, and other painters like Nandulal Boshu, Binod Bihari Mukherjee, and occasionally Jamini Roy. This was a life-changing moment, and these years left a deep impact on him, which reflects many of his own work and also many of Kavi Guru's creation which he has picturized. Probably, destiny had this plan of continuing legacy from one generation to next, and many others to come by like us to watch, understand, appreciate, and mesmerized. How deep was the impact of Kavi Guru and Shantiniketan? I'll quickly read through which was written by Satyajit Ray himself, and I will close my reading with this and let it linger in further in your mind. My relationship with Shantiniketan was an ambivalent one. As one born and bred in Calcutta, I loved to mingle with the crowd of Chaurangi, to hunt for bargains and teeming provisions of second-hand books on the pavement of college streets, to explore the grimy depths of Chor Bazaar for symphonies at throwaway prices, to relax in the coolness of a cinema and lose myself in the make-believe world of Hollywood. All this I missed in Shantiniketan, which was a world apart. It was a world of vast open spaces, vaulted over with dustless sky that on a clear night showed the constellations as no city sky could ever do. The same sky on a clear day could summon up in the moments an awesome invasions of billowing darkness that seemed to engulf the entire universe. And there was Khoai, rimmed with served ranks of tals, trees and kopai snaking its way through its rough hue undulations. If Shantiniketan did nothing else, it induced contemplation and a sense of wonder in the most prosaic and earthbound of minds. In the 2.5 years, I had time to think and time to realize that almost without my being aware of it, the place had opened windows for me. More than anything else, it had brought to me an awareness of our tradition, which I knew would serve as a foundation for any branch of art that I wish to pursue. Satyajit Ray. It sounded like a painting through words, isn't it? Truly, both of their world of imagination was magical and touched everyone at every age with a boundless imagination and inspired many generations. And somewhere there was a bridge between both minds to create magical form of art and enrich our culture. I leave you here today with these deep thoughts and connections, and next time I will pick up another interesting incidents and anecdotes. Thank you.